All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about ready. Yesterday, this game was rained out, so today, Wontaine versus Pak Seung instead of yesterday, which would have been Chewante versus Pak Seung. So Pak Seung making his first start back after being removed from the first team for being bad. An ERA of over 11 in the month of June. His last five starts have all been losses for Lotte. He's taken four losses in his last four starts. It has not been pretty, and the first pitch is not pretty either, as that's way outside, and it's 1-0. So Pak Seung out on the mound for the first time in about 2 weeks. His last start was the 10th of June. And the 1-0 just catches the top of the zone, and it's 1-1. Kim Ji Chan, 260 or 275 on the season for the extremely speedy center fielder. And the 1-1 is swing and miss, and it's 1-2. Kim Ji Chan is always a threat once he gets on base to steal. 13 stolen bases on the season. He is a guy that will steal a ton of bases. Both of the top two guys in this lineup, as the 1-2 who is a swing and a miss and not going to steal anything if you don't hit the ball. And one away. I get to hear the clappers and clappers and clappers today. Good start for Pak Seung with his return, despite the first pitch that was not good at all. That brings up Kim Sung Yoon, who's 355 on the season, and another first pitch way outside. Good. Are you at the game? And here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's up on the outside and just catches the outside corner, 1-1. Yeah, I saw you had a 14.5-hour flight. Hopefully you're at the game today. So, since your brother's pitching. I can't believe I thought I was like, man, that's so awesome. That's because he should have been starting on yesterday, but because of the rain out Friday, I was like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I know, man. It's rough. For me, I mean, you're the same, but for me, it's even a little worse as the 2-1, and that's outside 3-1. But yeah, I was like, oh man, you guys are going to be back. You're going to be here on this day and your brother's pitching. That'll be perfect. But yeah, that flight is rough. I assume you left St. Louis and 3-1 is way up high, ball four. And that is the first walk and the first base runner as the perfect game is now over. Yeah, I say the first time I came was I fly out of Kansas City because it's easier to get in and out of. It's cheaper also. Yeah, so I fly. It's 2 hours to the airport, and then an hour and a half or whatever beforehand is Gujauk grounds that's through the right side. The jumping Kim Sung Yoon, and he is going to round first, and he cruise into third base, and that's will take away the no hitter as they've now got runners on the corner. As Gujauk puts that first pitch through the right side, Kim Sung Yoon jumps it before heading over to third base. Yeah, so the first time I flew, it was drove to Kansas City, then an hour and a half or whatever before your flights, and then flew to Detroit, had like a 2, 3, 4 hour layover there, and then Detroit to Incheon. So it was like 29 hours or so, something like that. It was rough. I didn't even sleep the whole time. And I was in the middle seat in the middle section. It was rough. It was brutal. Yeah, all right. Diaz steps in, hitting 303 on the season, as that is in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Thing with Diaz, 303 on the season, but he's only hitting about 260, 250 at away. So give you the exact numbers. Away, sorry, he's only hitting 238 as that is fouled away, and it's 0-2. Did you fly St. Louis? Where did you go? St. Louis, Detroit, St. Louis, Dallas, or St. Louis, Seattle? All righty, here we go. The 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside, way outside. And that's in the dirt. It's 1-2. On Sundays, looks like Diaz is second in the league with a 396 ER or average. Double play. Kenny, I was hoping you were going to show up. It was Diaz. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Checks over at first. He slides back in. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Paxeung dripping in sweat already. Rough start. Cool. And that's up high. 2-2. I'll keep you updated. Ponce did go 1, 2, 3 in the top. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch now. Runners on the first and third. Ah, that's good. And a swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the day for... Why is that not showing up? There we go. Big strikeout there. That brings up Park Byung-ho. Park Byung-ho is having himself a week, ladies and gentlemen. Average is already up to the Mendoza line. And our first pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-1. He had 2 home runs earlier in this week against, or maybe it was 1 home run on Friday against Gamboa, and then 2 earlier in the week. 3 home runs on the week for the DH as the 0-1 is way up high, 1-1. 17 pitches now for Park Seung. Park Byung-ho, 3 home runs in his last 2 games, 9. So he's got 13 home runs and 29 hits. And the 1-1 is he did not hold up, and it's 1-2. It should be a sellout. Didn't they sell out Friday night? No, they didn't sell out Friday night. Pretty close. I guess a sellout is 22,669 this year for Lotte. As here comes the 1-2. And that is crushed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna be gone. As just gets a hold of that and his 4th home run in 2+ games. Welcome back, Park Seung. You can't walk a guy hitting 200. Well, my prediction was the Samsung. And that misses up high. Ball 1-0. UG Huck, a 292 on the season for the utility infielder. And the 1-0 misses outside, and it's 2-0. Park Byung-ho must have gotten, I don't know, maybe some new contact lenses or something. In Lotte Busan or Lotte or Sajik, whatever you want to call it, is one of the harder places to hit one out, and that was a no doubter, as that one catches the outside corner and is 2-1. And outside again, and it's 3-1. Way out in front of it. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Misses outside, and he walks him. Another walk, second walk of this inning for Park Seung. He should have bunted. So what's the score going to be today then, Kiwi? It's always exactly 125, 120, 115. Yeah, there's no like their whole ideas and their whole predictions are awful. And a check swing in front. Nope, and it's going to be foul. 8-2 Hana. Kim Jae-sung catching today is Kang Min-ho is received treatment earlier, is what they said in the pregame show. And the 0-1, a swing and a miss on ball 2, 1-1. Sorry, 0-2. I don't even know what the count is. I'm looking at 3 different things right now, not really paying attention. You mean another stolen base that was not a good idea, as the 0-2 is going to be grounded through the right side again. And that's will hold up at second base, though. And another single, third hit of the inning for Samsung. And now they've got runners on first and second again. The 8th batter coming up in this inning. Yeah, I saw that. What was that all about, Kenny? I saw like the highlight or something like that. What was it about? That brings up Jun Byung-woo, who pops that one up, second baseman under it, eventually, and 3 away. But Samsung gets 2 walks, 2 singles, and a 3-run shot to take the lead 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Not a good return for Park Se-eun. That is not a good start for Park Se-eun. Gives up 3 runs and throws 28 pitches. He struggles up until the 3rd inning. 264 batting average against in the first, 291 in the second, 317 in the third. He starts to lock in a little bit later. What happened, Kiwi? Fill us in, sir. All right. Juan Tayin on the mound, one of the best pitchers in the KBO, probably one of the top three Korean pitchers, a 2.44 ERA on the season for the right-hander. He doesn't qualify for anything. He's not talked about too much in terms of anything because he's only pitched in 13 games. He missed a few games earlier in the season due to injury. RBI single, but why is he going to third? All right, Kim Dong-hyuk will lead things off. Ah, so went to second on the throw and then tried to go to third on the basically a ball into the dugout. What you're saying? Yeah, all right. Kim Dong-hyuk looks at the ball one on the outside as Won Tae-in is following Park Se-eung's first pitch way outside a delivery. Kim Dong-hyuk has been forced into center field at this point. Strike one at the top of the zone as they injuries for Lotte. Oh, it would have been sold out anyway. Zero doubt that the game would have been sold out. As he just gets the bat back. And that is fouled away. 2-2. Yeah, cool. You know, they check my messages, so they're just like, oh, we got to make sure that we keep cool in the make them sweat a little bit. I mean, Kenny, it would have been sold out anyway. As that's a swing and a miss on the upper zone, and the first strikeout of the day for Juan Tae-in. I mean, so I'm looking right now as the last. I mean, Kenny. So the last home weekend that Lotte had was SSG, who does not travel well at all, and they sold that series out. So there's no way that it would not be sold out against Samsung. As here comes the 1-1 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. All righty, here comes the 1-2 pitch, sets up at the knees, misses up and in, and it's 2-2. Ko Sung-min, 291 on the season, was playing second, but now he's over at first base. As Na Sung-yup is also injured, I believe. Na Sung-yup, Wang Sung-bin, as that one is popped up into the air, shortstop under it, and 2 away. Also, Yoon Dong-hee also injured. Jung Do-sung, I believe that is his name. That's the one that got hit by the pickoff attempt and ended up bruising a lung, coughing up blood. As Reyes steps in and looks at a strike one right down the middle. 0-1. Talk about it all the time and during the summer months as the 0-1 pitch is outside, 1-1. Important to give your starter or whoever's pitching, if they're going back out for the next inning, it's very, very important to give them a longer inning to be able to rest as it's getting so much hotter as that misses up high and it's 2-1. So Pak Seong threw 28 pitches in that first inning. He was out there, for a good 20 plus minutes because he was out there. Then you had as Reyes fouls that one off to make it 2-2. So he's out there, the national anthem, the first pitch, and then he throws 28 pitches. If you're looking at him on the screen, he's dripping in sweat right now as he's sitting in his Recaro Lotte seats trying to look like a soccer team, English Premier team in the dugout, I guess, as here comes the 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled away, and it stays 2-2. Kiwi, a better idea would be for teams to build bigger stadiums, like the 22,000 seat stadium that was promised. And here comes the 2-2 that is in the dirt, and we've got our first full count of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Three-two pitch, deep breath from Juan Tayin, sets up on the outside, and that's going to be a ground ball right back to him. Makes a little lob toss over to Diaz, and that's 3 away. 1, 2, 3, go. The Lotte Gigantes as winter is staring on. Not a great first pitch for the Red Velvet Star. 17,000. Good guess, man. All of the plans said 22,000, 22 plus. All of those were said, and then even the articles written about the stadium that were were published like the week up to the start of the season said 20,000 plus, but a sellout has been 17,000 for Hanwha. So, yeah, I mean, you look at last weekend against LG, 17,000. Welcome in, GNF. Went all the way to Vegas to lose money? You could have done that at Blackhawk, man. All right, Yang Do-gun out there on the mound, or stepping in. We got a new catcher, Pak Jae-yup, will be behind the dish. I don't know what the point of that was. Jung Bo-gun already out. He didn't even get an at-bats. And that's outside, 1-2. Yang Do-gun, 342 on the season for the second baseman. Or today, I guess he's the shortstop. We'll play all three infield positions minus the first spot. And outside again, and it's 2-2. Former Hanwha Eagle cheerleader moved on to Samsung to enjoy some much better fan experience. And the 2-2 is going to be into the gap. That's going to drop down as he is going to round first, but come back. And another hit for Samsung as they once again have a base runner. Geek bars? I don't know what that means. Mr. Big Paid, and that's because I picked Lotte to win yesterday, so they decided to hold off and do it today. As Kim Ji Chan drops down the bunch, the throw just in time. That'll go down as a sacrifice. Be a 3-4 putouts. Runners over at second base now, but 1 out. That was a an attempted bunt single / sacrifice. All right, Kim Sung Yoon steps in. He walked in his first at bat, looks at strike 1 on the outside, and that's 0-1. 35 pitches already for Pak Seung. And I'm not. As that fouls away. I was looking it up. He's already got 4 strikeouts now. I told you it's his last year. It's the only year he's going to be in the KBO. 0 chance that he stays. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Just sets up with his glove on the ground. And he throws it in the dirt. It gets away. Gotta love that, ladies and gentlemen. The catcher calls for the pitch into the dirt, says, hey, throw it in the dirt. He throws it in the dirt, and then the pitcher doesn't, or the catcher doesn't block it. Years ago, Korea was not the place to go, but now a lot of pitchers are coming over to have good success. Well, I guess at least you're part of the game. I don't know what to tell you. All right, here we go. 1-2 pitch. That's going to be right back on the drawn-in infield and an RBI single for Kim Sung Yoon. And Samsung up 4. Enough. Like I thought Samsung was going to win. I didn't think it was going to be that big. Oh, you're talking about Park Byung-ho? Interference at third base, Kenny? As they'll have a mound visit. The manager's coming out to talk to Park Se-young instead of the pitching coach. Interesting. 1.1 innings, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 hits, 4 runs given up already. I don't think they will. Park Se-young is not good against Samsung. 2 games this year against Samsung, an 8.71 ERA. And they had 3.26 against them so far this season. As Gujauk steps in and a stolen base and in there. Good pitch, but not able to get out the speedy runner. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Again, Samsung with some of the best stolen base guys in the league. Kim Ji Chan, Kim Sung Yoon, Yang Do Gun, all with lots of speed. As here comes the 0-1 pitch, rolled over and foul, and it's 0-2. Gujahook 1-for-1 on the day, singled just last inning. Then came around to score on the Pak Byung Ho 3-run shot. All righty, here we go. The 0-2 pitch sets up way off the plates. And he leaks it back over, but it's fouled away. 0-2. Hey, it's better than Hanwha's DB. As here we go, the 0-2 pitch. And he hits it into center field. The center fielder back. He will grab it, tags up, and moves to third. And that will put another runner 90 feet away from another run. But 2 away as Diaz will come up to plate. I don't think he's the captain anymore, though. He's just a regular DB. He got thrown out at third? No way. All righty, here. Man, I wish I was streaming that game now. I know Cool wishes I was streaming it too, but just the pure KBO-ness that is just down the street from us. All right, to Diaz, the 1-0. He struck out in his first at-bats. And fouls that one off, 1-1. Really? Kenny, no, he's not as big as Hanwha's shortstop. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, sets up way outside again, and he pops it up, center fielder under it. And that will end the inning for Samsung. They get another run on a single, a sacrifice, a single, and a wild pitch. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 4-0 Samsung. He was safe. Oh, you know, all the Hanwha fans, all the KB. That's why you bunt. That's why you bunt right there. So anyway, elsewhere around the league, Hanwha's up 1-0. They've got runners on the corner with no outs as the bunts did get down. LG's up 4-0 against Doosan. Top of the first, or sorry, top of the second. Doosan does have a runner on first, or with 2 outs. Elsewhere, Kia is and SSG combined for 1 hit. All right, Junjanu will lead things off for the old Lotte Gigantes. 1, 2, 3 in the first inning, 17 pitches for Juan Tain. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And another strike just catches the top of the zone, and it's 0-2. And that's going to be a single into the gap. That's might be two as Kim Ji Chan gets around. And that will be the first hit of the day for Lotte. And that's not good. Junjanu is grabbing and looks like holding his groin. As there's a strike. I don't know if it was swinging, if it was a bunt, what it was, because SBS is too busy showing Junjanu. All right. Jung Hoon almost falls over, not swinging at a pitch, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that is exactly what I said. He almost falls over, not swinging, as in not a check swing. It was a check swing, but it didn't even go past the line of the batter's box. As he almost falls down, doing nothing. And the 0-2 misses outside. 1-2. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, 0-2 counts. I know, especially to somebody in the outfield. 안녕하세요. What's up, Master Mark? And catches him looking. They don't show the strike on the K zone, but it is there on a pitch that just catches the outside. Kim Min Sung steps in now and strike right down the middle. Right now, you're at the game. Wait, are you on the Doosan side or the LG side? Is the question, or which side? First base or third base? Is that misses, and it's 1-1. Ah. And the 1-1 in the dirts, and that gets away, and he'll be standing on second base, round second a little bit, but we'll head back. And you've got a 2-1 count now for Kim Min Sung. His non-swings are just as comical as his swings. Here we go, the 2-1 pitch in the dirts. This time he blocks it, and it's 3-1. Ah. Got a pitch com issue right now. Catcher's not able to hear, I guess. Let me finish my calculating. Here we go. The 3-1 right down the middle lifts it up to Kim Ji Chan, who gets spun around, jumps, is not able to make the catch. And Jun Janu will cruise on home as Kim Min Sung will replace him at second base. Awful, awful defense in the center field. It'll go down as a hit, but it definitely should not be. Well, at least Lotte's not going to get skunked today. Hante Young steps in now, hitting a 366 on the season. How do you get out going to a base that's occupied? And that's a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. As that's going to be a slow ground ball to the shortstop, throws to first, and that will be 2 away. Does move the runner up to third base, though. Running in with the ball in front of you is an interesting choice, but I guess you don't follow those rules. And that's a swing and a miss at a ball down at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Pak Jae up takes over again, took over at the top of the inning for Jung Bo Gun, hitting a 500 on the season, back behind the plates. Just came back, just moved up to the first league, and sets up right down the middle, and he crushes that one, but too far under it. Shortstop out into the grass, and just barely makes the catch as the left fielder, for some reason, is just watching him instead of calling him off. Well, we'll go to the third inning. It's 4-1 Samsung. Really don't understand what the left fielder was doing there. That's your ball. But Lotte does get a run. Probably should not have gotten a run. That should have been caught by the center fielder, but it was not. And let's see. Elsewhere, Lotte up 4-1 here. LG's up 2-0 against Doosan, and Hanwha's up 3-0. But the other two games are both scoreless. One in the top of the third, and one in the top of the fourth. Samsung will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up for the top of the third, if we ever get there. Wandine giving a little glove love to his center fielder. And that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Not according to his yearly his regular season. This is actually his worst season or worst inning. Opponents hit what is it? 317 against them in this inning. As that's just misses below the zone, and it's 2-1. Yeah, the fourth inning, 218, 291 in the fifth, 129 in the sixth, and 143 in the seventh. As that's up and in, almost hits him, and it's 3-1. Park Byung Ho, 1-for-1 on the day, a 3-run shot back in the first inning, and he walks him. Third walk already of the day for Park Se-eun. That'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Ryu Ji Hyuk. Yuji Hyuk walked in his first at bat, but was left on the base pass. That is true. If you walk him, he cannot hit a home run. He's also not going to steal any bases, so. But I guess you could say that about every single player. If you walk him, he's not going to hit a home run. Bye-bye. Enjoy the game. As that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Just sets up right at the waist, and it's fouled away. 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside, way outside, and 1-2. He is not going inside against these lefties. He is 100% avoiding any pitch on the inside. The catcher says throw it in the dirts. And does go inside there, but it's fouled away, and it's 1-2. Park Se-eun, 4 pitches. Mainly he's going to throw his fastball, 4-seam fastball, 38% of the time, about 145 or so. Off of that, a slider, 37% of the time, 34% of the time, something like that. Then a forkball and curveball, both about 14%. So 4 pitches. Mainly the slider, forkball, or fastball slider is his main combination, but the other 2 pitches at 14%, something you have to at least think about, which is slightly different than Wan Tae-in on a Samsung. All righty, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Runner on first. He checks on him. He makes 1 step back because he was barely off the bag. And here comes the 2-2, as that's going to be a ground ball through the middle. And just like that, they've got runners on first and second again with nobody outs. Is it time for the bunt, ladies and gentlemen? I think it's time for a bunt. Kim Jae-sung, the catcher. All right, runners on first and second, nobody out. The catcher, who hits about a buck 40 on the season, 1-for-1 on the day. Singled in his first at-bat. Back in the first inning. I imagine that they're going to attempt to drop down a bunt here. Left-handed hitting catcher. There's only a few of them in the league as he is going to attempt to drop down a bunt. You got to put it down. The third pulls it back and lifts it up into the air. Right fielder Reyes going back. He will make the catch. Pak Byung-ho will tag and move to third. One away now, and that will bring up the number 8 hitter, Jun Byung-woo. Now another run 90 feet away once again. Jun Byung-woo, 239 on the season, playing third base today. He'll also play a little first base. And that is going to be a single into left field, and another run is going to score. That puts runners back at first and second with just 1 out. And this is not looking good for Lotte. Young Do-gun will now step in. What? Who got hit? Cool, you got to give me the update there. Is that misses 1-0 now? Cool, give us the update. What, you guys both looking at the same thing? It's the 1-1. Now, 61 pitches for Pak Se-eung as he has given up 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 here in the third. Batter hit the catcher as 1-1. That's going to be to the first baseman, who is just going to have to step on the bag. That'll move both runners up. And now you've got 2 runners in scoring position. But 2 outs as they flip the lineup back over. No one was hit? What was it then? The shortstop ran over the batter. Thank you, Tracy. And here comes the first pitch to Kim Ji-chan. A swing and a miss down low, and it's 0-1. I'm so confused. Yeah, somebody go. Kiwi or Kenny, send it to me, as that's going to be right back to Pak Se-eung, who recovers, but it's not in time. And another run is going to score as Kim Ji-chan hit it right back at Pak Se-eung. It hit off of him, rolled away, and that is just a tough luck for as Kim Ji-chan goes to check on him. He pushes him away. He says, "I'm okay." But that, ladies and gentlemen, is Lotte's luck on the day, I have to believe. That'll go down as an infield hit. And it was right back up the middle, hits him on the inner thigh, and then rolls away. But Kim Ji Chan just way too fast and easily beats that out. Wow, so absolutely nothing. It was about like all of the other top 25 benches clearing issues. Oh, Pak Seung takes a couple practice pitches right at the inner, right in the middle of the thigh on the inside. All right, so we'll be back here as Kim Sung Yoon steps in. 1 for 1 on the day, walked in his first at bat, a single and stolen base, and an RBI in his second at bats as they throw over to Kim Ji Chan, who slides back in. Have to imagine that Kim Ji Chan will be trying to steal a base here with 2 outs and a Pak Jae Yup back behind the plate. And that's misses up high, ball 1. I believe he's 13 for 13 on stolen bases on the season. Last year led the league in stolen bases. Or no, sorry, he did not. Josu Hang did. That's a swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. How many did he have last year? He had a bunch though. Last year, 42 for 46 in stolen base attempts, maybe second in the league. As the 1-1 checks over again as he slides back in, and it stays. 66 pitches now for Pak Seung. 20 so far in this inning as he's given up another 2 runs. And the stolen base easily in there. He is just too fast. Another good pitch to throw on, but he's just way too fast. A catcher waiting for the ball and an invitation to throw, apparently. Pop time measured with a sundial, not a stopwatch. And he rolls over that, so fouls it away, and it stays 1-2. Single will score 2 more and might actually take Pak Seung out of the game. Here we go. 1-2 sets up on the outside or right at the waist. And he pops it up. Will it get out of play? Third baseman at the bullpen, but it hits the netting above it, and we'll have another 1-2 pitch. Where you at, Samantha? Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Just sets up on the outside. Swing and a miss, and that will end the third inning for Samsung, but not before they get 2 runs back. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. It's 6-1 Samsung. And they've left 5 runners on, too. It's ridiculous. Let's see here. I wonder how much Pak Seung actually has left. He's at 70 pitches now, 24 in that inning, 28 in the first, 18 in the second, and 24 in the third. Lotte will have their 9-1-2 leading off here in the bottom of the inning. They did get one run last inning. We'll see if they can actually put something together against Juan Tain, who is again having plenty of time to rest on the bench, which is important in these hot summers here in Korea. Oh, Junmin Jae. And now that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Here we go, the 0-1 to pitch. And that is going to be roped. It is going to drop fair. Junmin Jae is going to be on the second with a leadoff double. As Junmin Jae continues to just hit. A great pickup in the trade for Lotte. Junmin Jae took over as shortstop in our preseason predictions. They said that this was the biggest issue for Lotte, was the fact that their shortstops are awful in the last few years since Dixon Machado left. They get Junmin Jae in the trade that sent Kim Min-suk over to Doosan, and he has done nothing but produce. Now hitting a 340 as they drop down the bunts. Underhand toss to first, and they're apparently playing for 1 run. I don't understand that at all. You're down 5 and you drop down a bunt. I mean, it's not an actual sacrifice bunt. He was bunting to try to get on base, but it'll be recorded as a sacrifice bunt. Yeah, now that misses up high. 1-0. Go Sung Min, a 290 on the season, popped up to the shortstop in his first at bats. And that misses up high, and it's 2-0. I'm still waiting to see what they actually score. Imagine being the person who is just there to hold the camera to film somebody in the middle of a heat like Korea. As here comes the 2-0, misses up high, and now it's 3-0. Juan Zain does not walk a lot of guys. He's walked 10 batters, 10 batters on the season in 86 innings. But he's back. He's down 3-0 right now. And that does catch the inside corner, and it's 3-1. Reyes on deck. Always a dangerous man. He's 20 hits up ahead of the next closest, which is Moon Yun Ben, as the 3-1 in there for a strike, and another full count, a second full count of the day for Lotte. They grounded into a 1-3 putout back in the first inning on their other one. Yeah, but what is it with humidity? Is that is way outside, and he walks them. Runners on to the corners now for Reyes. LG's up 7-0 now. 8 hits and 3 walks. Looks like Pak Dong-won and Moonbo Young are the only two without hits in that lineup. And Reyes rips one over the second baseman's head. That'll bring in 1 run. And Lotte gets one back as they've now got runners on the first and second with just 1 out. I think 105. I think he had 104 coming into the game is what I looked at. Yep. 104 coming in, so 105. Wante now 43 pitches, 10 so far, but he's given up 1 run. Runners on first and second, Jun Janu. And that's going to be another single right back up the middle. Will they bring him home? They will bring Go Sung Min home as Reyes gets back onto the bag. And another RBI single brings home a second run. And we've got an interesting game, ladies and gentlemen. An interesting game. Wante running into some issues now. Wante 371 is what they hit against him in the 3rd inning on the season. He usually starts much better. 1st inning, 2nd inning, very good. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th inning, not the best for Wante. 271, a 245, and a 340 before the break. Runners now on 1st and 2nd. That brings up Jung Hoon. He will attempt to hit a grand slam with 2 on. Probably on every single swing he makes. And the first pitch is outside. Ball 1, 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch sets up right down the middle. And it's outside again at 2-0. That's the real stats, the important stats. The stadium does look pretty awesome on the giveaway. Almost the entire stadium is filled with the lights blue, the powder blue, the baby blue. And a swing and a miss there. He was not cheated on that swing, right down the middle. And it's now 2-1. Yeah, I said he's going to try to hit a grand slam with 2 on. And the 2-1 in there for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Wante, not a big strikeout guy. He's got 2 on the day. One of them was Jung Hoon looking just last inning. 55 strikeouts in 86 innings on the season. Yeah, and here comes the 2-2 pitch as it's fouled away on the curveball. 2-2 still. Wante mainly throws his 4-seam fastball 45% of the time at 144 for an average. Then next 2 pitches, he's pretty even with a 45 or 25% of the time. Slider 22% of the time with a changeup. Will mix in 5 to 10 curveballs a game as that is popped up. Diaz in foul territory, but it will hit the netting above the dugouts, and another 2-2 pitch coming up. Not a lot of foul territory as the Lotte and so Sajik and Jamshil, I believe, are the only two that have bullpens next to the dugout. So it takes away quite a bit of area for catching pop flies or foul balls. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. And it catches him looking again at the bottom of the zone. Another strikeout looking for Jung Hoon. And that's a big one, as that's 2 away. Well, you bunt. Or do you pinch hit it for him? You didn't say there was a runner on, though, Kiwi. What is this, giving us half of the stats? As that misses outside, 1-1. 1-0. Yeah, you say there's a runner on, then of course you say bunts, but you didn't tell us there was nobody on. There was anybody on. And here comes the 1-0. It pops him up. Diaz, catcher under it, and he makes the catch. Gets 2 more runs back, and we will go to the 4th inning. It's 6-3 Samsung. They leave another 2 on. They've left 3 on so far. Yeah, for now. The one, I think, massive issue is Lotte is going to be in that bullpen real quick. Yeah. All right, so Weesby back, ladies and gentlemen. Did he really? Great bunt then. Yeah, very important. Pak Seung is done, is what I just heard. So Hong Min Gi will take over on the mound. Hong Min Gi, 3 games, a 150 ERA, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a 1.33 whip. And the first pitch to Gujauk is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And another strike just catches the outside corner. And a swing and a miss in the dirts. 1 out as he gets him. Three pitches, 3 strikes. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it. As they get an out with just 3 pitches on a strikeouts. As Diaz steps in, they set up outside at the belt and misses lower, but it's a fouled away. 154 on the gun there. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch just sets up way, way, way up high. It's 1-1. Did not come through that. His immaculate inning is now over. And the 1-1 is a fouled away. Nope, left fielder. Yep, it is foul. Yeah, no 1-2. It looked like, based on the camera angle, that it was from the swing. It looked foul, but then the left fielder was just kind of jogging over there, and so I thought maybe it might dropped in. And that is in the dirt, and it's now 2-2. Diaz 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in his first at bats, popped up or flew out to center field in his second at bat. And the 2-2 swing and a miss there. Another strikeouts. 153 on the gun as the announcers wet themselves at a pitch over 150 kilometers an hour. And that brings up Pak Byung-ho, who looks at a strike on the outside. Oh, of course. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And he lays off of it in the dirt, and it's oh, he says he went. The home plate umpire said he went. All righty, here we go. The 0-2 pitch sets up at the shoulders, and, throws it up to his head, and it's 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and that's going to be a liner to the shortstop. 1, 2, 3, go. The Samsung Lions, then we'll go to the bottom of the fourth, not the fifth, despite what it says on my chart. Quick inning from Hong Min Gi. Lotte will have well, they'll have the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for them. First inning without giving up a hit, Kenny. That should be more important. Elsewhere around the league, Cool enjoying himself on this Sunday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever it is there. 5-0 Hanwha, and they've got a runners on first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Kia SSG still scoreless, and NC and KT still scoreless. LG's up 9-0 against Doosan, and Samsung obviously here up a 6-3. Did Noshiwan come through with a hit? Yeah, that game is pretty much over at this point. Both Hanwha Kium and LG Doosan both pretty much over at this point. The first and second teams in the league playing against the first and second teams in the upside down standings, and doing what they probably should be doing. We should be back. I don't know why we're not back yet. All righty, here we go. First pitch to Han Tae-young in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 is ripped, but just gets fouled. An excellent play down there by the ball boy, and it's 0-2. I have to imagine Hong Min Gi will come back out there. Another one. Here we go. The 0-2 slaps the glove on the ground, and did he go around? He did not. Oops, wrong side. From old Captain Silver Starfish. And here comes the 1-2 in there for a strike, and catches him looking at it. That's his fourth strikeout of the day, and that's his third straight strikeout looking. And in the dirt, and it's do they have any challenges left? Pak J up 0 for 1 on the day. And that misses outside at 2-0. And the 2-0 sets up at the knees, and he holds up, but it was right down the middle, and it's 2-1. I think they're just trying to get out of Dejan back to Seoul. Where do they go next? Yeah, they got Kia next. All right, the 2-1 pitch. Pak J up, popped up to shortstop in his first at bats. And he pops that one to foul, and it's 2-2. And rips that one a foul, but we'll have another 0-2 pitch. It's 62 pitches now for Juan Tayin. Lotte trying to battle back to get a couple runs here, as that misses outside and runs the count full. Third full count of the day for Lotte. A 1-3 ground out and a walk in the other two. Here we go, the 3-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. And the 3-2 swing might have got a piece of it, but it's caught by the catcher nonetheless. That'll be strikeout number 5 for Juan Tayin, and 2 away as the number 9 hitter, Junmin J, steps in. Yep, he definitely got a piece of it, but was caught by the catcher. And Junmin J, first pitch, fouls that away, and it's 0-1. 1 for 1 on the day. Junmin J led off last inning with a double, came around to score on the RBI single by Reyes. And that misses low, 1-1. Junmin J average up to 335 now on the season. Sets up a right down the middle and a curveball lifted into center field. Kim Ji Chan back, forward, back, and under. And that will be 1, 2, 3. Go the Lotte Gigantes. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, grab some water. I'll be back in just a few. Alrighty, I am back. Top of the fifth here is is it top of the fifth? There we go. Hong Min Gi still out there. Yu Ji Hyuk will lead things off for Samsung. Yu Ji Hyuk. One for one on the day, walked in his first at bat, single and a run scored in his last, and looks at a strike one, 0-1. Yeah, definitely Kenny has the 0-1 in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2 was fouled away as he slaps the bat down at it. And Kia finally on the board. And the 0-2 swing and a miss and another strikeout. Third strikeout of the day for the reliever. He is dominating these left-handed batters. That's going to bring up Kim Jae Sung, another lefty. And that's in there for a strike on the outside, 0-1. Got a big sweeping left-handed delivery a la Chris Sale. As that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. As the catcher who's in the batter's box tries to spin out of the way, but it ends up catching the bottom of the zone. And it's now 0-2. Here we go, the 0-2 pitch, and another swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts now for the reliever. Just dominating these left-handed batters. Jun Byung-woo looks at to strike one at the bottom of the zone, and now it's 0-1. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch sets up on the inside and almost hits him, but ball one, 1-0. Yeah, not a bad, not, not bad. And the 1-1 pitch that is going to be lifted into left field, and that's will be 1-2-3 as the line out to the left fielder will end the top of the inning for Samsung. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. It is 6-3 Samsung. Another quick inning of work is the relievers doing some damage. Two straight 1-2-3 innings for him. 4 strikeouts. Throwing 152, 153, working both sides of the plates. Catching them looking, catching them swinging. Lotte will attempt to get a run back as they're now going to face Juan Tayin in the 5th inning. This is the inning that Juan Tayin struggles the most with. Opponents hitting 340 against him in this 5th inning. Elsewhere, Hanwha still up 7-0. Bottom of the 5th, starting there. Kia up 1-0. Looks like they are in the 5th inning stretch as the 6th inning is getting ready to start. NC and KT tied it at 0 as they have 4 hits total between the two. Bottom of the 6th there, KT's up with 1 out. And then LG is up 9-0, and they're threatening with more as they've got runners on first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. So Juan Tayin back out there. As we watch the catchers or the pitchers striking everybody out. Kim Dong-hyuk sacrificed bunt, but it was a more of a bunt attempt as that is in there for a strike, 0-1. And the 0-1 misses outside. 1-1. Kim Dong-hyuk 0 for 1 on the day, struck out to start to the 1st inning for Lotte as he pops that one up. A shortstop running out, center fielder under it though, and that's 1 away. That's going to bring up Go Sung-min. Walked and scored a run in his last at-bats. 0 for 1 on the day as he popped up to the shortstop in his first at-bats. I don't know. 22 pitches. He threw 4 innings against Hanwha. So maybe he comes back out. And here comes the 0-1 pitch to Go Sung-min, and just catches the top of the zone on the inside, and it's now 0-2. 너무 감사합니다. Thank you. Neil Tyson, as that is misses, and that's 1-2. All righty, here comes the 1-2, sets up on the outside, and that is going to be sent to center field, and it's going to drop in for a 1-out single as he is on base for the 2nd time today. That brings up Reyes, the 2-3-4 hitters for Lotte are as dangerous as any others. Reyes already 1 for 2 on the day, his 105th hit of the season. Reyes, so they set up at the knees and he pops it up. Catcher giving chase at the wall. I think he made the catch. He did. And Go Sung Min ends up taking a second base. Heads up base running there as Reyes pops up to the catcher, celebrates a little bit too much, and then Go Sung Min tags up at first and hustles down to second and is in there sliding. Kim Jae Sung made the catch, then kind of just relaxed a bit, didn't pay any attention, and Go Sung Min really heads up base running there. Yang Do Gun tried to fake out to Go Sung Min that it went over his head, but he wasn't biting on it. And then now we've got two away for Jun Janu. And Mrs. Lowe 1-0. Jun Janu 2 for 2 on the day. Single and a run scored back in the second, and RBI single in the third. Here we go. The 1-0 is fouled away, 1-1. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Just sets up right down the middle. And it misses low. 2-1. 292 on the season now for the Capitan. And another 2-1 pitch sets up on the outside. And time is called. I should probably join a choir. And here we go, the 2-1 pitch. And in the dirt, and now it's 3-1. Jung-hoon on deck. He is someone who will try to tie it up no matter how many runners are on, no matter how many runs they're down. Despite not even hitting 100 home runs in his career, he thinks he's a home run hitter. As the 3-1 catches the outside corner, runs the count full. Another full count for Lotte. That's their 4th of the day so far. 0 for 2 on those attempts, as they did have 1 walk. Yeah, the most he's ever hit is 14 in a season, though. As the 3-2 is lifted up, a left fielder giving chase, shortstop giving chase also, but it will hit the netting above the bullpen, and we'll have another 3-2 count. Kenny, as hard as he swings, you would think that he has had some really big home run seasons. The most he's ever hit is 14. He's only hit more than 10 home runs twice in his career. He hit 10 one year and 14 the next year, despite being in the league for 15 years. All right, here we go. The 3-2 pitch once again sets up on the outside right at the knees, and that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Picks it up, throws across, and that will be 3 away. They leave another one on base. They've left 4 on. We will take a break. I'll be back after the 5th inning stretch. All right. So, no, I think his replacement is 3 for 4 on his first day. And the homing geese stays out there. First pitch is up high though, and it's ball 1. Yang Dogun, 1 for 2 on the day, singled in his first at bat, and then a ground ball to the first baseman in his second, and it's 2-0. Here we go, the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike, just barely gets a stitch on the top of the zone, and it's now 2-1. And another 2-1 pitch in there for another strike, and it's 2-2 as he is back where he was just before the break. Gets enough of it to foul that one away. 150 on the gun again. Again, Hong Min Gi is has one start. It was not pretty. From there, he went back to the bullpen. In his bullpen appearance, he did throw 4 innings against Hanwha just earlier this week. Gave up 4 hits, 1 walk, and 1 run. Don't know how many pitches he is really going to be able to throw. I mean, he threw on Wednesday in that Lotte victory, as that's one just barely gets a piece of the zone, and another strikeout. You've got the batter stepping out of the box because it's so close to his feet where it lands, but it just gets a piece of the zone. 5th strikeouts for him in 2 1/3 innings. I can't believe that was a strike either. I was getting ready to hit the button for full counts as that misses inside, and Kim Ji Chan is now up 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch fouled away. 1-1. Kim Ji Chan 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out in his first at bat. A sacrifice bunt in his second, and then a single, an RBI, and a stolen base in his third. As he was up in the first, the second, and the third inning. Now up again in the 6th. And here comes the 1-1 pitch that's up on the outside. A swing and a miss at a pitch near the dirts, and it's now 1-2. Fastball, slider, fastball, slider, fastball, slider. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Another swing and a miss. He's got 6 strikeouts already, and he's only thrown a 2 2 2/3 innings. He is absolutely destroying these left-handed hitters for Samsung. As that's up high, 1-0 to Kim Sung Yoon. Kim Sung Yoon 1 for 2 on the day, walked in his first at bat, a single, RBI, and a run scored, and then a strikeouts. As that is low, 2-0. Hong Min Gi, 35 pitches now out of the bullpen for Lotte, but 6 strikeouts. Struck out the first 2 batters in the 4th for a line out to the shortstop. Struck out the first 2 batters in the 5th as he swings at ball 3, and it's 2-1. Then a line out to the left fielder. Struck out the first 2 batters here in the 7th. And a tries to drop down a bunt, but misses the ball, and now it's 2-2. Would be ball 4. And that is going to be a liner, and that's going to go to the run to the corner. Kim Sung Yoon has a lot of speed. He is rounding second and is heading to third. No, he turns around, and he would have easily been into third. But instead, he's going to be standing on second base with a 2-out double. I can't believe they held him up. You know, never make the first or the last out at third base. But, man, I don't know about that call to hold him up at second. Gu Jauk now steps in, a 1-for-2 on the day for the left fielder. Sorry, 1-for-3, a single, a fly out to center, and a strikeout. He greeted Hong Min Gi with a strikeout when he first came in. And on the 0-1 pitch, that's up on the outside and misses his mark, but it's a strike right at the bottom of the zone, right down the middle. And now it's 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch misses outside. 1-2. 1-2 pitch is sets up on the outside again, and this time misses low. 2-2. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch that sets up on the outside. He throws the bat at it and it fouls it away. Would have been a ball though, as that gets out of play. 2-2, 2 outs, a runner on second. Coming in on the 2 hour mark of this game. And he steps off the back of the mound. And the 2-2, he throws the bat at it, lifts it up. Reyes coming in and makes the catch and then does a little belly flop. As that will end the inning. They get a 2 outs double, but nothing else. And we will go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 6-3 Samsung. Coming up in the bottom of the sixth inning is going to be the 5, 6, 7 hitters for Lotte. Elsewhere, Hanra's up 9-0. Ponce out there dealing again. 12 strikeouts through 5 and 2/3 innings for Ponce. Only 90 pitches. Then Kia's still up 1-0. They're now in the top of the seventh. Anderson getting no run support. His Nail has only thrown 82 pitches in 6 innings, 1 hit and 1 walk. And then NC and KT still scoreless as they've got 5 total hits between the two. Logan, 108 pitches, 7 innings, 3 hits for him, 4 walks. KT Cuevas, 93 pitches, 2 hits, 3 walks. There's a little foreigner battle in Suwon. LG's up 10-1 right now in Jamshid. All right, so we've got to the bottom of the inning. And that misses low. Ball 1, 1-0. Here we go. The 1-0 pitch and misses inside at 2-0. Jung-un 0 for 2 on the day. 2 strikeouts looking. He's left a half a team on the base pass so far today. This is the first time he's coming up to bat with nobody on. We'll see if it helps him a little bit. As the 2-0 is lifted up into the air, shortstop in the grass under it. And 1 away. Yeah, at least he hit a ball. At least he swung at a ball and hit it. 1 away now. Wang Deng now faces Kim Min Sung. Kim Min Sung, an RBI double back in the second inning, popped up to the catcher in foul territory in his second at bat. It looks at strike 1 there, and it's 0-1. And that misses inside, 1-1. Looks like there's a changes defensively for Samsung. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. It's 2-1. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Lifted up into the air. Right fielder Kim Sung Yoon under it. And that's 2 away. Ante Young now steps in 0 for 2 on the day. A 6-3 ground out and a strikeout looking. And that catches. Oh, wow. Never mind. I thought it caught the bottom of the zone. It did on the screen, but must have missed the back of it. And that one doesn't miss though, and it's now 1-1. Wante 92 pitches is he did pitch on Tuesday. What's up, Juke? He did pitch on Tuesday, but he only threw 76 pitches in 7 innings as he was very very efficient. That misses low, 2-1 now. So 76 pitches in that game, 84 before that, 91, 94, 96. So he's going to throw 90 to 100 of pitches. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be a broken bat single into right field. And Lotte has got another base runner on as Pak Jae-yup is going to come up to bat. 0 for 2 on the day from the catcher, the young catcher. We sang Bunsa. My YouTube shop, made in Korea. And here comes the first pitch is low and outside, 1-0. Got hats, shirts, you name it, man. All righty, here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a check swing ground ball to the shortstop, tosses it to the second baseman, and that will be 3 away. They leave it another one on. They left 5 on so far, and we'll go to the 7th inning. It's 6-3 Samsung. Yeah, t-shirts, hats, pure KBO. Diaz will lead things off for Samsung. And elsewhere, Hanwha still up 8-0. Kia has added an extra run on an Osunu, a solo shot in the 7th inning. They're threatening with a little bit more as they got Wisdom on first base with 1 out there in the top of the 7th. NC KT still at 0, but NC's got a runner on first base in the top of the 8th with 1 out. Cueva is still out there, surprisingly, as he's now thrown 106 pitches. LG still has their starter out there. They're up 10-1, but Son Seung-gi, runners on first and seconds with 2 outs for Doosan there in the top of the 6th. Liberato up for Hanwha as Che Jae-hoon gets a double, moves over, and Liberato looking for his 4th hit of the day for Hanwha. That should be it for Wante, I would imagine. All right, so we do have a new pitcher for Lotte. Yoon Sung Bin out on the mound now. And that misses up high, ball one. Oops. So a 60.75 ERA, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you heard that right. 60.75 as Diaz fouls that one away. 60.75. And here comes the 1-1 to Diaz, and he fouls that one as he's a little behind on the 156. Younger players for in the KBO are coming up throwing a much harder, but they still really struggle with command as that is a fouled away. This is the guy that Kenny was talking about earlier with the had the one starts with an ERA of 81. His last outing, he faced one batter and got him out. So 7 walks in 1 1/3 inning. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. Misses way up high, 2-2. 157, about to 98 miles an hour. For those of you metrically challenged. And the 2-2 pitch. And that is going to be ripped, but it's foul. And a great play by the first base ball boy, ladies and gentlemen. The first base ball boy with an excellent play. A backhand play off of the mats by the bullpen. All right, Diaz now, the 2-2 once again. As he pops up a pitch up at his eyes, center fielder under it, and one away. That's going to bring up Pak Byung Ho. Pak Byung Ho, 1 for 2 on the day. And a swing and a miss at a pitch way below the zone, and it's not ball, it's a strike. 0-1. Pak Byung Ho 3-run shot to start the first inning. Then a walk and a run scored in the third, and a line out to the shortstop back in the fourth. As that one misses way up high, 158 on the gun. And that is all the Korean announcers will talk about pretty much for the rest of this game is how fast he throws. And the 1-1 pitch right down the middle. Pak Byung Ho just misses it though. Center fielder under this one also. And 2 away. Oh, 2 fly balls to the center fielder is going to bring up Yu Ji Hyuk. Yu Ji Hyuk, 1 for 2 on the day, a walk, a single, a run scored, and a strikeout. And that's in the dirt. Ball one. Yu Ji Hyuk didn't even look like he was attempting to even look at the pitch. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fakes the bunt and misses way up high, 2-0. Yu Ji Hyuk third on the team in WAR. Having a pretty solid season for a guy that's getting up there in age, ladies and gentlemen. Fakes the bunts and finally throws one in there for a strike, and now it's 2-1. I imagine he won't be pretending to bunt anymore. And the 2-1 misses again. 3-1. And it's in there for a strike. Runs the counts full, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first full count for Samsung all day. First full counts for Samsung all day, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The 3-2 pitch. And it catches him looking on the inside corner. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th as they are trying to come back. It's 6-3 Samsung. Lotte will have their 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up here in the bottom of the 7th. Is still down 3-0, or still down by 3. Elsewhere, looks like Kia is still threatening the top of the 2nd. Oh, looks like they just grounded into an inning double play with a runner on 1st and 3rd. So they will go to the bottom of the 7th. Kia's up 2-0. And again, a very interesting decision to send Cuevas back out there in the 8th inning. Again, one of the top 3 worst managers in the league sent Cuevas back out there. He ended up throwing 111 pitches, but you sent him back out there for the 8th inning. He gets an out, walks one, and then another single. Yeah, because he was like, well, you walk everybody, so. But 1 out now in the looks like the top of the 8th. Runners on 1st and 3rd for NC, with Guanidong stepping in. Out on the mound for Samsung is going to be Kim Jae-hoon, I believe. No. Sorry, Kim Tae-hoon. I have a Kim Tae-hoon, a Kim Jae-hoon, and a Kim Jae-yoon, I think. Righty, here we go. Junmin. Did I miss something? Oh, yep, I did. Not the it's the 9-1-2 hitters, not the 7 8 to 9. Is that's in there for strike, and it's 0-1. 1 for 2 on the day for Junmin Jae. Double and a run scored back in the 3rd and flew out to center in the 4th. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and now it's 0-2. Misses outside there. 1-2. On the season, Junmin Jae, 2 for 5 against Kim Tae-hoon. Alrighty, here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up down at the knees and throws it into the dirt, and it's 2-2. Goes from a nice 0-2 count to now it's a 2-2 count. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. So it'll be throw down to first, and that will be one away. That brings up a Kim Dong Hyuk 0 for 2 on the day for the center fielder. Great block by the catcher back behind the plate, able to keep it in front of him on a pitch that was easily only about 65 feet total. As that's misses inside and low, 1 0. Kim Dong Hyuk struck out in his first at bat, a sacrifice that wasn't really a sacrifice. He was trying to get a hit with a bunt, but did not achieve his goal in a fly out to center field in his other at bats, 0 for 2. And now that's going to be a liner right into center field, and he is on base with a 1 out single. That's going to bring up Go Sung Min again. The second, third, and fourth hitters of this Lotte team uh, are very, very dangerous. If they can get people on in front of them, they can score some runs in a hurry. Hey, Kiwi, why did they take Che and Sung out? All righty, here we go. Runner on first has plenty of speed. Go Sung Min, 1 for 2 on the day. Swing and a miss there. And it's 0 1. 0 for 1 on the day, or 0-1 counts here. 1 for 2. Popped up to the shortstop in his first at bat. A walk in his second. Did come around to score. And a single back in the fifth inning. And the 0-1 lays off of that. So 1-1. And another 1-1 pitch. Misses low. 2-1. Go Sung Min loves runners on first. He's hitting 426 on the season. First in the league with runners on first. He is 20 for 47. 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. Has hit into 3 double plays in that situation with a 553 slugging percentage at that point. Checks over again and not even close. Diaz about 2 feet in front of the bag. And another throw over. Almost got him there. Is she yelling at it now, Kenny? And the 2-1 misses inside, and it's 3-1. Running into some issues here. Only 11 pitches from Kim Tae-hoon. Again, neither one of the teams did not play yesterday because of rain. So the bullpens are plenty rested. And the 3-1 misses, and that's going to walk them. Puts runners on first and second. That means the tying run is now coming up to plate in one of the most dangerous hitters in the league, Reyes. He's got a future as a umpire, apparently. All right, so Reyes is stepping in 1 for 3 on the day. RBI single back in the third inning. A 1-3 ground out in the first, and a foul pop up back in the fifth. And sets up on the outside right above the knees and misses low. Ball 1-0. He's not missing by much, guys. He is just barely missing. That caught the bottom of the strike zone, but it has to catch the middle and the back of the zone. A 247 WAR for Reyes, easily leading all of Lotte's players. He is leading the league with 105 hits, not even halfway through the season, as that is in there for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Reyes questioning his knowledge of the strike zone, as he definitely thought that was a ball. And that misses outside, 2-1. On deck, Jun Janu, a guy that is always a threat to put one over the wall. It's like Reyes' his daughter looking on. Here we go, the 2-1 pitch. And he fouls it away. Nope, that's carrying. It does get out of play, and it's 2-2. The camera angles on this from SBS just look like it's. Whenever I look at the ball off of the bat, it looks like it's easily a foul, but then the way the camera angles show, I don't know where they are in the stands, but it always looks like the left fielder and right fielder are just lazily walking over to make an easy outfield catch, but then it ends up going foul. All right, we've got the 2-2 counts now. Runners on first and second, down by 3, bottom of the seventh, 17th pitch of the inning for Kim Tae-hoon. And he fouls that one off again, and it stays 2-2. Struck out Junmin Jae to start the inning, and then gave up a single to Kim Dong-hyuk, followed by a walk to Go Sung-min to bring up Reyes. Again, a tying run at the plate in Reyes. As Pak Sung-gyu will come into play defense. As I imagine he'll go over to rights. Nope, he'll stay in the center. Pak Sung-gyu taking over in the center field. Kim Ji-chan will come out. I figured that Kim Sung-yoon would head over to center field and Pak Sung-gyu would have head over to rights, but it's apparently not. And the 2-2 pitch fouled away again. And another foul. That one was a rocket into the stands. Once again, another 2-2 pitch as Reyes is fouling everything away, but not that one. That's a single through the diving second baseman. Kim Dong Hyuk will come up running, and the throw to third in time. He is out. I don't know what you're checking. He was out. There are zero questions that he's out. That'll be an RBI single by Reyes. Go Sung Min thrown out, trying to go from first to third on a great throw by Kim Sung Yoon. Looked like he got him out twice. Ooh, maybe he did get in there. Ooh, I think he might be safe with a swim move. I think he might be safe. Might have gotten him on the leg. Reyes is definitely on first base, though. There's no question there. He might be safe. It depends on. I want to see the angle from the outfield again because they might have gotten him on the leg when his hand came off the bag. I, ooh, safe. A swim move leaves its one out now. Runners on to first and third for Jun Junu. The throw beat him, but the tag was not put down. What a swim move by Go Sung Min. Throw just up the home plate, just up the home side, home base line, third base line. Mad to reach back as that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's now 0-1. Junjanu, 2 for 3 on the day. A single, a run scored, a single, an RBI, and a 6-3 ground out. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And misses inside, 1-1. 22 pitches now for Kim Tae-hoon. Here we go, the 1-1 pitch. That is lifted into the gap. That's going to be trouble. It's going to one hop into the wall. One run is in. Reyes will probably held at third. He is, as that is going to be an RBI double. And it is a 1-run game, ladies and gentlemen. A 1-run game. A Junjunu. Reyes now on third base. Junjunu on a second. This game is getting interesting, ladies and gentlemen. And the infield is now in for Jung-hoon as that misses way up and in, and it's 1-0. 24 pitches now for Kim Tae-hoon. Jung-hoon steps in, and he's 0 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts looking, and a pop up to the shortstop. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Infield is in. Anything up the middle should score a run, as that is outside, and now it's 2-0. Actually surprised they don't walk him. I guess they figure they can strike him out just as easily. As here comes the 2-0 pitch, sets up in the other batter's box, and that's 3-0. I have to imagine that they're going to just tell him to go to first at this point. Yeah, there we go. Just like I predicted. Now they've got the double play in order. And I don't know why they even bothered throwing to him. KBO pitchers are not very good. Easily would miss something. Kim Min-sung now steps in. Kim Min-sung RBI double back in the second inning. Pop up to the catcher in foul territory in the third, and a fly out to right field in the sixth. Just last inning. I think we'll have a pinch runner here. Yeah, have a pinch runner over at first base now. And that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Park Sung-uk will pinch run. Is that right? No, Park Chan-hyun. All righty, here we go. The 0-1 pitch. Misses low, 1-1. 28 pitches now for Kim Tae-hoon. Kim Min-sung with the bases loaded, 3 for 7 on the season. 너무 감사합니다. Thank you, Trevor. Trevor Lawrence. All right, here we go. The 1-1 pitch, bases loaded. Kim Min Sung lifts that one into the gap in right. Is going to roll all the way to the wall. Reyes comes in, and that Junjanu is going to come in. The third run is going to score, and is going to put them way up as a 3 RBI bases clearing double from Kim Min Sung puts Lotte up 8-6. And that should be it for Kim Tae-hoon. Massive, massive double from the number 6 hitter. 2 doubles today, 4 RBIs. And the Lotte fans are going crazy. Everybody hanging out in their powder blue Lotte uniforms as they give them away to the fans today. And how do we not have a pinch? How do we not have a new pitcher? Okay, there we go. Now we've got a pitching change. I was like, how is that possible that we don't have a pitching change yet? Oh, with the Go Sung Min swim move over at third base, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in, I don't know. Kim Jae-yoon will come in to pitch now for Samsung. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about good fun, but the fact that they're still where they are despite all of their injuries says a lot. Elsewhere, Hanwha is still up 10-3 as they're giving up some runs now. Kia's up 4-3 as they gave up the lead in the bottom of the 7th. As James Nail looks like he gave up, maybe did he give up a 3-run homer? Yeah, it's a Han Sum, but Kia able to get the lead back. All righty, still just 1 out as that ball misses outside, and it's 1-0. Han Tae-yong steps in now, 1 for 3 on the day. 6-3 ground out, a strikeout looking, and a single. That gets away, and he is going to head on over to third base. Apparently, there was a pitch that I didn't see. Because it's the KBO, man. Like, he probably 100% should have came out. He 100% should have came out of the game after the Junjanu RBI double. So Kim Min Sung will now come out of the game as he is over at third. They're going to put in a pinch runner. Pak Sung-uk will take over on the base pass for Kim Min Sung. I don't understand this. Guy just came up with a huge double. You let him go all the way to third base, and then you take him out. And the 2-1 is fouled away. 2-2. You missed the 5 runs in the bottom of the seventh. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch as he almost pitched that might have hit him in the head. He turns on it, fouls it away, and now it's still 2-2. Kim Jae-yoon started the season as the closer for Samsung. Lots of struggles and is now relegated to just a kind of a setup, keep the game close role. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. He grounds it back to the pitcher, looks at third, throws to first. And 2 away. Again, I'm not entirely sure about that whole pinch runner thing, as Park Sung-hook is now over to third base with 2 outs. I could only imagine how expensive tickets would be for a Lotte Hanwha Korean Worlds or Korean Series. All right, Pak Jae up. Uh, maybe have a pinch hitter here. Yep, Yugong Nam will pinch hit here. And misses low, 0-1. 1-0. Yugong Nam, a 285 on this season. 3 for 9 as a pinch hitter on the season. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Misses up, and it's 2-0. That would be absolutely ridiculous, I think. Again, Hanwha and Lotte have not made the playoffs the same season since Hanwha beat Lotte in the 1999 Korean series. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. And he did not check it, and it's 2-2. Here we go. The 2-2 sets up on the outside corner right at the knees, misses inside, but gets a piece of it on the ball 3. And it stays at 2-2. All right, here we go. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. And that's going to be a ground ball. Fair. That is going to score the run as Yugong Nam is going to head into second base. The third baseman said it was foul, but that is not what the third base umpire said. We'll wait just a second as I think they're going to video replay this. The third baseman put his hands up before the third base umpire even motioned that it was fair. Should be a pretty quick look. Yeah, it definitely looks foul. What the hell is this third base umpire looking at? Ooh, did it catch the corner? And they are saying it is fair. It must have just got the inside corner. That'll give Lotte a 9-6 lead. Yugong Nam with the RBI double and a run scored. That means both of the pinch runners pretty much useless as Junmin Jae fouls that one away. He led off this inning with a strikeout. He led off this inning. He started this inning with a strikeout. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Runs up and in, and it's a 1-1. 14 pitches now for Kim Jae-yoon. Elsewhere, the big leads are dwindling in the KBO on this Sunday evening as the 1-1 is ripped, butts into the netting, and it's 1-2. Still just the bottom of the seventh. Lotte could never possibly get a game going quickly. Looks like the NC game had just finished. NC takes the 2-0 lead and doesn't give it up. They hang on to win 2-0 against KT. That one must have been in the dirts because they didn't want to show it, and it's 2-2. And he slaps that one foul, stays 2-2. 17 pitches now for Kim Jae-hyun. This has been a very, very long inning for the Samsung relievers. Kim Tae-hoon came in to take over in the seventh, threw 29 pitches, 4 hits, 2 walks, gave up 6 runs. Kim Jae-yoon comes in. He's thrown 17 pitches so far, and that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman throws across the diamond, and that's 3 away. Makes the first out and the third out, which is a great thing for Lotte. We'll go to the 8th as Lotte scores 6 to take the lead, 9-6. Good Lord, ladies and gentlemen. That is the KBO. That is the KBO. So elsewhere around the league, Hanwha was up 10-0. I believe it's 1 points. Sorry, 9-0. It is now 10-4 as they gave up 2 runs in the 6th and 2 runs in the 7th. Kia's up 4-3, but SSG's got a runner on first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Again, I talked about the NC game. They took the lead and held on to win 2-0 against KT. LG was up 11-0 or sorry, 10-0. It gave up 1 run in the fifth and then got one back in the bottom of the seventh. But they've given up 4 or 3 runs now in the top of the eighth, as they've had 3 relievers come in. Jung Woo Young came in, gave up 3 walks. Then Sung Do Hyun came in, gave up a hit and a walk. Then finally, E.G. Kong comes in and gets an out. They've had 3 relievers to get 1 out. Yu Sung Bin will still be out there on the mound for Lotte. As I tried to do some math here. Leading things off will be the 7, 8s, and 9 hitters for Samsung. Oh, let's see here. And nope, still watching replays. All right, so we do have a new pitcher. My favorite glove in the league is on the mound now, ladies and gentlemen. So a ton of changes on the field for Lotte. I'll get to them in just a second. As Jung Chal Wan now out on the mound, as first pitch is in there for a strike. So Kim Jae Sung is done, and it will be a pinch hitter here. So Kim Jae Hoon pinch hitting here. Kim Tae Hoon. And that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Elsewhere, let's see here. Yu Sung Bin is replaced. Yu Gang Nam and to catch. Pak Sung Uk moves to third. That's right. And Pak Chan Hyung goes to, yeah, everything's ready as that misses though. And it's now 1-2. Kim Tae-hoon, 267 on this season. And sets up on the outside. Misses way outside at 2-2. Here we go. The 2-2 pitch and fouled away. Stays 2-2. Jung Chal Wan rocks the Little League baseball pants with the elastic band on the bottom that doesn't go all the way down to your ankles, with a pair of dice that with the 6-5 on it for his number, as that's misses, and it's now a full count, 3-2. Second full count of the day for Samsung. They struck out looking to end the last inning on one, as that has popped up. Catcher under it's in foul territory, and that's 1 away. That's going to bring up the number 8 hitter, Jung Byung-woo. Bow, 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 bow. Here we go. And that's going to be rolled over and foul, and it's 0-1. John Byung-woo, 1 for 3 on the day, popped up to the second baseman in his first at bats. A RBI single back in the third, and also a line out to left. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch waits on it, but fouls it out, and it's 0-2. Jung Chal Won working quickly. An 0-2 pitch misses again, and it's 1-2. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, throw it in the other batter's box and hope that he swings. And a swing and a miss on a pitch that just caught the outside corner, and it's 2 away. That brings up a Yang Do-gun. Yang Do-gun 1 for 3 on the day. Singled in his first at bat, came around to score on in the second inning, and then a ground ball to the first baseman and a strikeout looking. And the first pitch is low and outside. Ball 1-0. Yang Do-gun 342 on the season for the utility infielder, playing shortstop today. Plays second base and will play third base. And that's going to be back to the pitcher. It hits off his glove, bounces up. The second baseman grabs it, throws across. And that will be a 1-4-3 groundouts to end the top of the eighth. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth. It's a 9-6 Lotte. Everything coming up Lotte today. Lotte will have the top of their lineup of the 1-2-3 hitters coming up. As they try to add to their lead. Doosan has cut the LG lead to 6 runs, 11-5. LG does have a runners on the corners though, with 1 out in the bottom of the eighth. For some reason, yeah, they really have. I mean, the fact that they were getting destroyed early says a lot. For some reason, the KBO app resorted backwards. Apparently, Hanwha must have called in some favors because it was 10-4, but suddenly it's 10-2 in the bottom and the top of the seventh again, as the KBO app is doing its best KBO impersonation, I guess. All right, the bottom of the eighth. Out on the mound is Kim Jae-yoon is still out there. Kim Dong-hyuk will lead things off for Lotte, 1 for 3 on the day. Has singled in his last at bat, which was last inning when Lotte batted around. Nope, never mind. Bae Chang Sung will come in. Should also have a new catcher. And that's going to be a slow grounder in front of the plates, but nope. And it's 0-2. So catching now is going to be Lee Byung Hun. Takes over behind the mound again. Kang Min Ho received it's. They just said that he received treatment this morning. I don't know what that means. All righty, here he goes. The 1-2 pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-2. As the wave is going, makes it past the third base side. And a swing and a miss there, and that's one away. Same way that they started last inning with a strikeouts. And before a single, a walk, a single, a double, an intentional walk, and a double. Put 5 on. Go Sung Min, 1 for 2 on the day. As that's a runs up and in, and it's ball 1-0. So Go Sung Min popped up to the shortstop in his first at bats, walked in his second, scored a run, a single in his third at bats, as that's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and then walked and scored a run. But what was the thing for Lotte last inning was the throw from Kim Sung Yoon in right field beat Go Sung Min, but he did a little swim move, pulled the arm back out of the way, and was able to be safe over at third base. That's really energized Lotte. And then after that, a double, an intentional walk, a double, a bases clearing double puts Lotte up 8-6 at the time before they added another double late in that inning. Oh, here comes the 2-2 pitch now to Go Sung Min. Already 2 walks on the day. And a swing tips it into the glove, and that's 2 away. And that brings up Reyes, 2 for 4 on the day, 106 hits on the season for the big Venezuelan. And misses inside, 1-0. Reyes, 1-3 ground out in the first, a single and an RBI in the third, popped up to the catcher in foul territory in the fifth, and RBI single and a run scored in the seventh as he fouls that one off, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, that's going to be another foul as that was up near his shoulders, but gets a piece and 1-2 now. Bae Chang Sung, again, I believe the number 3 pick in the draft last year. And the 1-2 is right back up the middle, and he is on base for the third time with his third single as Reyes continues to hit. 107 hits now on the season for the right fielder. Next up is Jun Janu, an RBI double in his last at bats, 3 for 4 on the day. And first pitch is fouled back up against the netting, and that's 0-1. A single and a run scored in the second, an RBI single in the third, a 6-3 ground outs in the fifth, and then an RBI double and a run scored back in the seventh. As that is a strike right down the middle, and it's 0-2. 3 for 4 on the day for the Capitan. On deck is Pak Chang Hyun. Again, the next two batters are the ones that took over on the base pass. That's a swing and a miss, and it's not going to matter. He's saying that it hit the ground, and it's not. Oh, he is saying he did strike him out. And tipped it into the ground, but the catcher was able to make the play. We'll go to the ninth inning as Samsung has 3 outs to score 3 runs. The closer will, nope, never mind. The closer will not make his way out. A little surprise there, actually. Little surprised that the closer is not coming out. 3-run lead. They often bring the closer out in 4-run leads. Yeah, but he didn't pitch yesterday. Pak Sung-gyu will lead things off. We'll have the 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up for Samsung. 안녕하세요. Pak Min-jun. Na, 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 na. All right, here we go. Top of the ninth, Pak Sung-gyu leading things off. Chae-jun Young out on the mound. And first pitch is in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. And second pitch is also in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Yeah. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. I think he went around. He did, and that's going to be 1 away. Kim Sung-yoon now steps in. As the manager comes out to, I don't know what he's going to argue. The home plate umpire called him on. He didn't even call him on a second. Lotte Pen. And did he go? He went. Right even with the front of the plates. Next year they'll have the video replay on some check swings, as they're doing it now in the second league, as that is fouled away from Kim Sung-yoon. And it's 0-1. Oh, Park Min-jun, Lotte Paniel. And the 0-1 pitch up high, and it's 1-1. 152 on the gun from Chae-jun Young. Kim Sung-yoon on the day. As that is slapped to the third baseman, bobbles it, recovers the throw in time, though, and that's 2 away. Park Sung-wook, again, he is not a good fielder. He was the shortstop that I talked about in the preseason that can't hit and can't field. Again, they took him out. They put him in for Kim Min Sung, even though Kim Min Sung had just cleared the bases with a 3 RBI double. And we'll see if it hurts him. Gu Jauk as Gu Jauk checks his swing, but gets a piece of it, and that's going to be 0-1. Gu Jauk 1 for 4 on the day, a single and run scored back in the first inning, a fly out to center, a strikeout, and a fly out to right. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss there, 0-2. Samsung now down to their final outs. Both Hanwha and LG should easily win this game as they're both up by 6 and 8 runs. So they want to be able to keep up with it. As that misses way up high, 1-2. It's far from over, Kenny. As the 1-2 is swing and a miss in the dirt. And they'll throw down to first and grabs it, steps on the bag, and that will end the game, ladies and gentlemen, as Lotte comes back to beat Samsung and ends their week 4-1. Yeah, that's a massive week for Lotte, especially with the next week coming up. Hanwha has Samsung, LG has KT, and then Hanwha has SSG, and LG has Kia. So the two teams in front of Lotte are going to have some pretty rough weeks coming up. So, Lotte. I want to say that they were lucky to get away with this win. Obviously, Juan Tayin pitched much better than the counter. Pak Seung making his first start after a bad month. Again, ERA of over 11 in the month of June. And Pak Seung coming into this game, Pak Seung on the season against Samsung, 2 games 0-1 with an 8.71 ERA against them. They hit 3.26 against them. In his last 4 games, actually, we'll even go his last 5 games. Samsung 5 innings, 5 runs. Hanwha 6.1 innings, 4 runs and a loss. Samsung 5.1 innings, 6 runs and a loss. Kium 5.1 innings of 5 runs and a loss, and KT 5 innings, 8 runs and a loss. They skipped him in the rotation. They took him out of the first team for a week. Today was his first start back, and it was not good. 3 innings, 70 pitches, 46 for strikes. Gave up 8 hits, 1 home run, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 6 runs. So that ERA is going to keep ballooning up. Juan Tayin, on the other hand, came out of the game in a situation where he was in line for the win, but his bullpen let him down and let him down majorly. 6 innings for welcome, Master. 6 innings for him, 96 pitches, 61 strikes, 7 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 3 runs, all of them earned. But what happened was Kim Tae-hoon came in, started the 7th inning with a strikeout against. Yeah, I saw it was 13-5. Is the game still going? Nope, it finished. Okay. So yeah, Hanwha's up 10-4 in the top of the top of the 9th against Kium. Kia's up 5-3 against SSG, bottom of the 9th there, but SSG has got the tying run at the plate with nobody else. But back to the 7th inning. The 7th inning obviously is the difference in the game. Started the inning off with a strikeout to Jun-Min Jae, then a single by Kim Dong-hyuk, a walk to Go Sung-min, an RBI single by Reyes, And the big move was a swim move over at third base to get Go Seung-min went first to third on that play. From there, a double by Jun Jinu put runners at second and third, and so they walked Jung Hoon at the time, and that loaded the bases. Kim Min Sung comes up with his second double of the day, scores all 3 runs. At that point, they take the lead 8-6. They add an RBI double by Yugang Nam in a pinch hit situation uh, later in that inning to put them up 9-6 and end up, well, obviously holding on to win 9-6. The difference in the game was the bullpens. Samsung's bullpen gave up 6 runs in 2 innings versus Lotte's bullpen that gave up 0 runs in 9 innings. That's 100% the difference. Hong Min Ki ended up pitching 3 innings, gave up 1 hit with 6 strikeouts. Absolutely filthy stuff from the left-hander. The Yu Sung Ben came in, was a little wild, but ended up pitching 1 inning, 16 pitches with 1 strikeout. He will get the win. That'll be his first win of the season for him. Lowers his ERA from 60.75 down to, I don't know, whatever it is now, gonna be not so much lower, or maybe 45 or something like that. Then Jung Chol-wan came in, pitched well, strikeouts, 13 pitches. Che Jun-young came in, 10 pitches, 2 strikeouts to end the game. So Lotte gets another win. That's their 4th win of the week. 4-1 on the week for them against the number 1 team in the league and the number 5 team in the league. Obviously, extremely helpful for them, where they're going to be able to keep up with Hanwha and LG. LG ends up winning 13-5 in Jamshil, the Battle of the Stepbrothers. Then NC takes the win 2-0 against KT. Kia, right now, they are up 5-3 in the bottom of the 9th. Yeah, the 6-5 dice. Kia is up 5-3 right now in the bottom of the 9th, but SSG has runners on the corners with just 1 out, as that Kia bullpen is trying not to blow another James Nail game. So, yeah, I mean, he's not in the line for the win at this point, but yeah, they've got to go. Looks like Go Myung-jun up to bats, 2 for 1 on the day. Hanwha and Kium, it's 10-4 right now. Kium is up in the top of the 9th with 1 out. They're gonna have they have Jun Tae-hyun. Nope, 2 outs. Sorry, is Lee Yong-gyu, the player coach. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, they have player coaches in the KBO. The player coach, Lee Yong-gyu, is up to bat, the number 9 hitter, the former Hanwha Eagle, the former Kia Tiger, a long time player, made his debut 21 years ago for LG. Though LG, Kia, Hanwha, Kium, a gold medal winner, a multiple championships. So he is up for NC, as looks like a sacrifice fly has made it 5-4. SSG has closed the gap to 1 inning, 1 out with a runner on first and 2 outs. So, but that'll be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back next weekend. Remember, if you want to see a specific team or a specific game, please make sure you vote in the polls. I put up a poll every week that lets you pick which games I'm going to choose from. That is why I'm doing this game today instead of any of the other games. So make sure you vote in that poll if you want to see a specific team or a specific series. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys next weekend. And as always, until next time.